What's up, buddy? How you been? Hope you've been good. I know I've been away a while. I'm not gonna be one of those YouTubers. I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and a guy goes, "I know I haven't made any YouTube videos in a while, but you know I've been going through a lot, and nobody wants to hear that. You don't care about that. You don't care what's going on in my life. Look, I had stuff going on. Now I'm back. That's all you need to know. I don't even know if I'm back. You know what? I just wanted to talk about Star Wars. I know I have a sickness. I have a sickness that makes me want to talk about Star Wars. I don't know why. I don't even like Star Wars that much. That's not true. I love the original trilogy. I'm trying to think if I like anything else. I like Shadows of the Empire, weirdly. I like Dark Forces. There's a couple Star Wars stuff I like, some of the expanded universe stuff. But for the most part, Star Wars sucks. Maybe it didn't always suck, and maybe back, I was too young to engage in a lot of the expanded universe. But everything that's going on now just sucks. We thought it was going to get good. Once they started making a Mandalorian, we're like, oh, this is going to get good. And now that sucks. The only thing from Star Wars that I think would watch more of is Andor. Andor is interesting. It's different. We're going to talk about where we're at. I'm burying the lead, as I always do. We're talking about the Acolyte. You ever spend all this time trying getting set up to record a YouTube video, and then Alexa decides to start playing? I gotta cut quietly because it's gonna hear me. Alexa decides it wants to play Family Guy for no reason in the background. Great. So I had to get up and turn that off. Okay. Talking about the Acolyte. That was really annoying. Look. What can we say about this show? I'm gonna be straightforward right away. I did not watch the Acolyte. So if you're somebody who likes the Acolyte, and you don't want to hear a guy telling you why he didn't want to watch it, why he thought it looked bad, and why he has no interest in it, and why it ultimately failed, because that's the reason it failed. It's because nobody wanted to watch it. If that's going to hurt your feelings, if you're a big Acolyte fan, I get it. Just turn this off, okay? But I'm going to tell you why. This is, it's conjecture. I don't know exactly why it failed. Everybody in Hollywood has a million different ideas as to why projects succeed or fail. But I'm going to tell you about why as a guy who, let's be clear, I could have watched The Acolyte. I could have made money off The Acolyte. I could have watched every episode. I could have made YouTube videos about it. A lot of guys made money talking about how much they like or don't like The Acolyte. And I almost did that. I was like, I should watch this. I should make some YouTube videos about it. And I watched about, I might have got to the end of the first episode. I think I got 75% of the way through the first episode. And I said, I can't do it. I can't watch this. There's nothing here. So that's what we're going to talk about. Why I think people didn't watch this. Now, for those of you who are not keeping up on your Star Wars news, The Acolyte is dead. Star Wars series will not return for season 2. This is something I didn't even know that we could have gotten a second season. I didn't know if this was a one-time miniseries or what. And I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this picture. This is the main lady from The Acolyte. And, look. It's one of these things. I hate how often, anytime you criticize a black character, there's like this impulse to want to go, I don't like her. It's not that she's black. What's that impulse? I think us white liberals, we go, well, I'm not racist, of course. I'm just the regular amount of racist. I like black ladies. There's some very fine looking black ladies who I would love to be with. One time I was with a black lady, and you know what? That's a story for another time. So the reason I look at this and I go, I don't like it, is not her skin color. I don't care about that. I look at this and I go, I talked about this with my friend. We reviewed the Harley Quinn movie. And he said that the biggest problem he has, he looks at Harley Quinn fighting 20 henchmen, these big goons, mafia guys or whatever the hell. And she's, doing acrobatic twirls and she's hitting them with a hammer or whatever else. And he goes, ultimately, at the end of the day, I can't look at a 140-pound woman and imagine her as an action star who takes on, dozens of people, is fighting all these people, is engaged in these, big sword battles or whatever else. She doesn't look tough. She doesn't look fierce. This doesn't look like somebody I want to watch an action series about. So that's just one of the things that turns me off. Is I go, if it's gonna star a lady, and a lot of the times we talk about like Alien, okay, as an example of like female action leads done right. Well, because Sigourney Weaver is not like a tiny lady. You look at Sigourney Weaver, she was actually pretty athletic in those movies. She had, like, muscles. And you got the feeling, you're like, well, that's a lady who's, like, pretty tough. I'm thinking of, like, video games. I'm thinking of, you look at Samus Aran. She's, like, 6 feet tall. I think. Canonically, she's, like, a tall lady. You can't get these little petite Hollywood actresses and try to convince me. And I know, look, I watched the first episode, and it's like, ooh, she's like a sneaky little ninja assassin. There's only so much you can get out of that, okay? And I know having force powers, you go, well, anyone can use the force, anyone can have powers. I still just want a big... You know what's... Let's look at 2 seconds of The Acolyte. So I start watching The Acolyte. You know what's excellent? It actually starts off really good. Because you have an action sequence with, yes, lady... Oh my god, did they really finally figure out how to make it so I can't... What? Wait, I can't show it on the screen? Oh, you used to be able to do that. What the heck? How'd they figure out how to stop me from showing the show? Okay, well, I could... Wow, that sucks. Okay, I gotta find... Jeez, how'd they do that? Okay. Smart. Carrie-Anne Moss, Acolyte. I can't look at shows on... I gotta figure out a way around that. Here's Carrie-Anne Moss, who, you know, is not... Again, though, she just has, like, this fierceness. So when it started off, I was like... Yeah, I totally buy Carrie-Anne Moss as, like, a badass Jedi lady. Look, she's intimidating. She's tall. She's not a little petite lady. I would have watched a show all about her. But instead, the show, spoilers, she dies immediately, and it's about a little petite girl going on a mat. Look at her. She looks like a child. She looks like Anakin Skywalker's age. Okay. So let's just read this news story. Lucasfilm is not going to continue with the Disney Plus series. I've heard they're already taking the toys out of the store. You can't even buy any merchandise on the website. I don't know why they got to do that. Let people buy the merch. Who cares? This takes place 100 years before the events of Star Wars The Phantom Menace. Comes as a shock. Given that... Does it really come as a shock? Given that the Season 1 finale ended on a cliffhanger and teased several plot lines for Season 2. Okay. Creator Leslie Headland, creator of Russian Doll, an avowed Star Wars super fan... They always say that. They always go, well, the director loves Star Wars. Who doesn't love Star Wars? That's a lot. I guess I don't love Star Wars. I led with that, but I love the originals. Anytime they go, well, they're a Star Wars super fan. Who the hell is not a Star Wars super fan? It's hard to find somebody who doesn't like Star Wars. Again, set outside the core timeline at a franchise stretched from The Phantom Menace to Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, following twins Osha and May, played by Amanda Steinberg. Again... Not only do I get a little petite lady, but I got to get 2 of them, and they're, okay, who are separated children, blah, blah, blah. Challenge the traditional perception of the Jedi as infallible and wholly virtuous, as embodied by the emotionally self-serving choices made by Jedi Master Saul, who is responsible for removing Osha from her family and causing her separation from her sister. Oh, my God, spoilers. Other fans felt those creative choices were antithetical, I think I pronounced that right, to the good versus evil nature of Star Wars storytelling. I don't. You know what? There's always this argument of Star Wars is supposed to be the most blatant cookie cutter hero's journey story. Okay, it's good versus evil. That's it. The evil guys are all evil. The good guys are all good. The closest you get to a theme is Luke Skywalker goes, maybe I'll be evil. No, I'm not gonna be evil. Even my father's not gonna be evil. I'm gonna convince him. You're a good guy. The only guy who's evil is the spooky Emperor. Bad guys have spooky monster faces. A guy who's as attractive as Luke can't be a bad guy. Bad guys have scars and monster faces. Okay, The Acolyte was review bombed. I don't care. It's irrelevant. Online reviews don't matter. Despite those objections, positive reactions from many people, especially the reveal that Manny Jacinto was actually the Sith. Okay, none of this matters. Look. Here's the deal. And I know there's a lot of this. Real quick, we'll get some of the reactions. A lot of people are real sad. Finale of The Acolyte was tailor-made to set up Season 2. The fans deserved to see where it would have went. And what was I going to get? Here's some shots. Okay, spooky stuff. This image is great. I'll come back to this in a second. But this image kind of this is why I was turned off, and I'll talk about that in a second. This guy, the Star Wars fandom hearing The Acolyte was canceled, everybody's celebrating, and everybody's celebrating. Leslie Headland dared to be different and give us a different perspective on the Force. And again, more images. Okay. And these images are fascinating. Because remember, look. All right, and again, some people are really upset, and some people are going, that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Here's what I'm gonna say. Okay, first let's look at this poster I pulled up here. Okay, you got a lady. It looks like a band CD. You got a lady looking at nothing. You got another lady looking at nothing. Carrie Ann Moss looking at nothing. This guy's looking into my soul. You got this Asian guy looking at me. You got a bunch of people looking up. Lady staring at me, and a goongar, whatever the fuck that is, looking at nothing. Okay. Here's some of the show. These are like, I assume, production, stills, the things they put out to get people excited. You got a lady with no emotion on her face. You got a lady looking down, no emotion on her face. You got a Jedi staring at nothing with no emotion on their face. You got a guy about to get kicked in the face with no emotion on his face. You got a guy, maybe a little smile, tiny bit of a smile, and you got a Carrie Ann Moss who is a badass, and that's fine. She doesn't have to smile. She was in the Matrix, and she didn't smile in the Matrix. Guy with a frown, spooky guy, guy with a mask, no emotion, no emotion. Yoda from behind, no emotion. Okay, I think you guys are getting the point I'm trying to make here. Star Wars is fun. Star Wars is supposed to be fun. Let's look at the original Star Wars. Star Wars original trilogy. I mean, you'll probably get some of these same images, but I don't know if you remember. Look, here was like the original poster. And it's not like, okay, that's a small. Why is it small? Just show it to me. I hate it. Show me the picture, god dang it. All right. Terrible picture. But look, I'm not going to say everybody's smiling, but like this intensity is kind of like, okay, this is going to be fun. We're about to have fun. You know how I know we're going to have fun? Because there's TIE fighters and there's X-Wings and there's an old guy. There's two old guys. There's a goofy guy who's yelling. There's two goofy little robots and a guy with a cool gun. Another guy with a cool gun. A lady with a gun. Okay. Star Wars is supposed to be fun. At a little bit. And for some reason, there's been this weird thing where the only thing anybody remembers from Star Wars is people scowling and being way too serious. This is the only thing people remember. But even then, hold on. Okay, wait. Throne Room Luke Skywalker. Don't you love that I come up with this on the fly? Okay. When oh wait, not the throne room. The Jabba's palace Luke Skywalker. Do you remember when Luke Skywalker shows up in Jabba's palace and he goes, I wish I had a better still, but he goes, I'm going to give you these droids. And he's like fucking around. He's goofing. He's like goofy. Let me see if am I allowed to watch YouTube clips anymore? I don't even know. All right, let's see. Palace Luke Skywalker. Okay, Luke speaks to Jabba. Let's see if I get clipped for this. All right, he goes, he talks, he comes. Okay, so this is what everybody remembers. This is what all these writers remember. They remember this. They remember a guy in a cloak being spooky and brooding and dark. And, the Jedi mind. They remember all that. They remember all the mysticism or whatever else. Okay? But they don't look at that smile on his face. Genuine human. The Jedi are not just, I'm a Jedi. Blah, 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 blah. Here's my impression of a modern Jedi. Even though there it goes. The Force is very important. The Force is the most important. The Force. I'm mad that and I'll be the two black ladies. I'm mad that we got separated as kids. That makes me mad. Now I'm the Sith. They don't remember Luke jerking Jabba around. Let's watch a little of this. Look, he's like, who is this fat ass? He's like, what the fuck is this guy? That's what he's thinking.
Nevertheless, I'm taking Captain Solo and his friends. You can either profit by this or be destroyed.
Look at that. He's happy. He's like, I'm toying with this guy. I got a whole plan. An exciting plan has been set up. I want to be captured. I'm going to get captured, and then we're going to stage a breakout. He's having fun.
Choice, but I warn you not to underestimate my power.
Master Luke, you're standing on...
Even when he goes, I bring you a present. Did Luke say that? No way, that wasn't him. But we're at whatever. He's having fun. This is the same problem. It's interesting, Carrie-Anne Moss. It's interesting to bring this up, because I remember my biggest problem with the Matrix sequels, other than the fact that they sucked. Okay, let's see. Matrix, was it Revolutions was the second one? Here's why I always went nuts with the Matrix movies, okay? Is in the first Matrix movie, Neo's a guy, like a regular guy. Okay, that's him when he's blind in the third movie. That's not what I want. Oh, wait, Matrix Resurrect. I don't know. They're all stupid names. Matrix Reloaded. That's the second one. Okay. Okay, but then in the second one, he's like, he's no longer a guy. He's basically a god in the second one. It's a different movie. And the parts of the second Matrix and the third Matrix that are actually interesting are when he shows emotion, when he's not just, yeah, look at me do this badass stuff. Yeah. In the first movie, when he got punched by Agent Smith, you're like, oh my God, this guy's in trouble. He's breathing hard. He's scared. When he's just like kicking and flipping, I feel nothing. And it's the same thing. This is why I didn't watch The Acolyte, is I started watching it and I said, this is the kind of Jedi I can't get into this Jedi shit. Okay, where'd all my Acolyte pictures go? I can't get into just, it's being a Jedi is so serious, and being a Sith is so serious and sad. It's no fun. We're not going to have any fun. Maybe there's some fun in the show. And here's the point. Here's the point you have to make. For those of you who watch the show, you're probably going, no, there is fun, and this guy's fun, and there's this goofy guy or whatever else. They didn't show that in any of the promo material. All the promo material was frowning lady, frowning green lady, frowning guy next to a frowning lady who's trying to kick him, guy in a mask who has no emotions, and a bunch of space lesbians, apparently. I think that was the big problem, is people are tired of this. People are tired of this Jedi shit, man. I think the worst thing that happened to Star Wars, I'm going to say, is like the complete obsession with the Jedi. Okay? George Lucas look, I get it. The prequels, it was going to be about the Jedi era, sure. But after the Jedi era, after all the Jedi are dead, the Jedi are interesting as one-off guys who are lurking in the shadows, who are, you know, mysterious ancient wizards, that there's like one of them. That's interesting. Luke Skywalker is interesting because he's the only one. When we were watching The Mandalorian and Luke Skywalker showed up, how exciting was that? And you felt the gravitas of like all these guys who have been engaged in this warfare going, holy shit, a Jedi. And he's going to come and he's going to kick our ass and it's going to suck. And Luke just destroys a bunch of robots. And you felt it. You were like, there's gravitas to it. You're like, it's not 20 of these fucking guys in a boardroom talking to each other about Jedi shit. And that's what I knew the show was going to be, I assume. Is Jedi standing in a room going, there's been a disturbance in Sector Jangon, and I sent Jedi Master Gludar to investigate the Flangars, and there's a Sith Master Jim Bob, and Gluko the Zangalar has a yellow lightsaber, and he's going to go investigate the Glandars. I'll say this about Dave Filoni. He's a terrible writer, but he knows Star Wars has to be fun. He gets that. There's only two ways to do Star Wars at this point. Either make it really fun, okay, like the old ones, or make it a really solid war story like Andor. That's it. No more Jedi stuff. It's a war. It's called Star Wars. It's called Star Wars. Empire versus Rebels. Military technology. Arms race. Star Wars should just be, okay, you know how much guys love watching like World War II documentaries? It should just be World War II in space. It should just be the opportunity to tell military stories. That Rogue Squadron movie was a good idea. Too bad it got canceled. Okay, Andor is interesting because we're at least seeing stuff we haven't seen before. And again, it's about the Empire. The Empire's interesting. Bureaucracy. Well, when I say bureaucracy, like evil bureaucracy and overcoming it and rebels and whatever else, not just people in a room going, there's 2 Glandars on Gungar. We gotta send a Bloondar. Nobody smile. Nobody have any emotion in your face. When you fight, make it look like the Matrix with nobody making anything. And at the end of the day, I think that's why the Acolyte sucks. Sorry. I don't know if it sucks. I didn't watch it. I think that's why the marketing for this show sucked. I think that's why nobody watched this show. Because when you think of Star Wars, you want this. You want, oh my God, it's so exciting, and there's all this stuff going on. It's not just a bunch of scowling, and I hate to say it, the diversity committee, everybody of every color going, "Meh, being a Jedi is so hard, meh." Get what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? I don't know. I know this has gone on long, but it's fun to talk about. Guys, what can I promote? I'll tell you what I can promote. Guys, go to, what the hell is my link? Whatnot.com/Vito Comedy. Is that me? Let me see. Does that work? Page not found. Is it /user? I'm not editing this. I don't care. None of this matters. Okay. Go to youtube.com, whatnot.com/user/Vito Comedy. And you can buy my video. You can buy my video games. You can buy my magic cards. I'm selling a lot of magic cards mostly. If you're a magic card guy, please follow me on here. And, oh, you can watch my shows. Oh, let me see. I have to sign up. Okay, well, anyway, you can watch one of my past shows. Me and my cats, we just hang out and we sell magic cards. And video games or whatever else. It's like a virtual flea market. I think if you sign up with my link, I probably have an affiliate link. I think if you sign up with my link, you just get $5. So look in the description. Maybe there's a link to get you $5. Look at these reviews. Look, 5 stars across the board. You want to buy video games from me. Nobody's mad at me. There's one guy who's mad at me because I think I sold him a video game, and I don't think I still have the video game. So, again, whatnot.com/user/Vito Comedy. Okay, well, that's it. That's what I think about Star Wars. If you like this video and you want me to make more, please tell me. Bye.